Wash your hands before you wash your face. That soaks in. I will brush my teeth. These days, if we're in here, Juni will like come and see what we're doing, and then she'll be like, oh, you're in here? Okay, well, I'm just gonna go back into the living room. Then she'll go back into the living room. I feel like the post-holiday get back to work is so hard. We came back on Saturday, and we picked up Juni, and then we hung out yesterday and did like a ton of chores. And now I'm like, I just want to relax. But I'm like, no, I need to work. I think I can draw because I can finally bend it, and it's not, it was swollen for like a week. And now I can like fully bend it for the most part. Like it's a little bit tight still, but it's not awful. It took forever, all week long. Okay, makeup time, it's makeup time. Nice, easy peasy. My hair is a little crazy. I might just put it in a half up, half down, like I normally do. Good enough. I don't always like to clip it all the way up because it gets like really tight if I like twist and tuck it. This is fine. I feel like the claw clip ponytail is sort of controversial, but I might listen. I can only wear my hair tight for so long.
Hi, stinky girl. Are you stinky? Are you taking your naps? She's been snoozing a lot since we picked her up from her boarding.
I keep having to change the angle that I'm like filming the intro at because the auto white balance, I don't know how to turn it off, but it keeps like, I can see it like dimming and getting brighter and dimming and getting brighter and dimming and getting brighter. So hopefully this angle will be okay. Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you had a restful holiday and you are ready to get back into it because there are only a couple weeks before Christmas where we're going to relax, and I have a lot of things that I want to get done. But before we get into it, this video is the 20th, so I figured we should probably do like a teeny tiny reintroduction. If you've been here before or you are like a frequent viewer, this is not going to be for you. If you are new, this is for you. Hi, my name is Autumn. I am 29 years old. I'm a digital artist / illustrator. One of the two fits me better, but I use both because I feel like it sort of communicates what I do. This is my home office that is not fully decorated because I just haven't gotten to that part yet. I feel like there are a lot of artists online who are very aesthetic, and I'm just not there yet. Maybe I'll get there someday. Maybe I will continue to be not the most aesthetic in terms of my vlogs and my office. We're gonna find out. I am in the DC metro area, the DMV, and I post every 2 weeks on Wednesday at 12 o'clock Eastern. So if you like this video and you'd like to watch more videos, you can find me here every 2 weeks. I'm also on Blue Sky at Autumn-Jacqueline. Anyway, I think that about covers it. Do I have any miscellaneous tidbits for you to like explain a little more of what I like? If I'm ever wearing a nice shirt in a video, I am usually wearing pajama pants or sweats on the bottom. I have a huge earring collection, although I'm not wearing any today because I've been wearing headphones. I play a lot of video games. I am a cozy gamer, and I'm also really into like fantasy RPGs. So my taste swings from like Animal Crossing all the way to like Baldur's Gate 3, which I haven't played yet, but my favorite RPG series is Dragon Age, and my favorite cozy game is Animal Crossing. And right now I am playing so much Skyrim, and I'm playing a ton of Animal Crossing because 3.0 is coming in January. Over the Thanksgiving holiday, and since we got back from Thanksgiving, I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Arceus because it's pretty fun, and I sometimes just get a craving for Pokemon, so that's what I'm playing. That's me, that's the 20th video. Welcome if you're new, and welcome back if you have watched my videos before. We're gonna kind of jump into things. I did stuff kind of backwards this week where I planned everything and then I worked on stuff while my phone was charging, and then now I'm filming the intro and I have stuff to show you. So that's sort of how we're doing today. So I have like small life updates. Thanksgiving was really nice for us. We went to Salt Lake City. The flight there, I always forget that like the flight to Salt Lake City is longer east to west than it like the flight back is. Like the flight back is like an hour shorter. So the flight there always feels like it takes forever, and then the flight home is so fast. I got motion sick on both flights because like there was just like a bit of turbulence. We don't drive as much, so I think my stomach in general is like very poised for motion sickness. I take like the non-drowsy Dramamine, which is literally just ginger pills, and that usually works. The second time though, it wore off because I had a Jimmy John sandwich. So yeah, the second time was not fun because the landing was sort of bumpy, and by the end I was very burpy. But it was great. And then if you're new here, we have a dog that we recently adopted like 3 months ago. Her name is Juni. She's super cute. She's 3 years old, we think. And she looks like a terrier, but she's not really a terrier. We DNA tested her and she's like no terrier at all. Like her biggest chunk was like almost 20% Chihuahua, which is a little strange when you look at her, but we boarded her at the place that she does daycare normally. Every time we checked in on her on like the cameras when they were open and like in the rooms that had cameras, like she's just chilling out, she's just laying down. The only other update that I have with life stuff is that we're planning to start working with a trainer for Juni. If you're new here, Juni has been having some like separation anxiety things, and she is not terrible. I'm the one that's been reading a lot of the books and like doing a lot of the research and figuring out how we do things, and I'm just like, I can't keep track of it anymore, and I don't have confidence anymore that I'm doing the right things or anything, because she started at 2.5 minutes, and then we got her to 30 minutes. Then right before Thanksgiving, she seemed to regress to like 15. And then I went out today, and of course today is like the first time that I've been back, like that I've done this since we got back from holiday, but today it was like 10 minutes and she was like barking and making a fuss. So I'm like, I don't know if what I'm doing is working. Maybe it's a regression, maybe she's still upset from boarding, but I'm just like, I have no idea what's going on. I think having someone who can help us like come up with a training plan and like let us know that we're doing the right thing, just sort of walk us through the right way to do this, I think it's gonna take so much stress off of us. Like, I want to resolve this, and I just feel like I need help, and if it makes the process easier for us and for her, I'm like, go ahead, I'm good, let's do it. We're having a meeting with her like this weekend, and I'm so excited. I am so ready. I'm so ready. So kind of a short intro. I'm just gonna jump right into what we're doing this week. This week what we're doing is basically a little bit of art admin, and then I'm calling it like creative reorganization or restructuring. I want to set up a website, and I want to like streamline my personal style and pick like a definitive direction, because I've had like 2 styles for the last couple of years, I think, and I just like, I need to pick one. And then eventually I would like to start creating and selling digital coloring pages, because I find that to be like it's an easy product for me to make and hopefully do well. I think it's a fun product. And it's like, it's not something super expensive. And also like, because it's digital, it'll let me focus more on learning how to like do the marketing and like all the business things that I need to learn how to do. I know the coloring page market is like super oversaturated, but like, I'm hoping that like the handmade by a person factor will be nice. That's like sort of goals that I want to do, is like make a website, eventually start selling coloring pages, and like have a more definitive style. So my plan for this week, and what I've partially been working on already that I'm going to show you later, is I was trying to like reorganize my Procreate brushes and then make a brush sheet so that I can very quickly see what brushes do. I reorganized my color palette, which took a while. I just needed to like fill it out more, because I could tell that there were some gaps that I really needed to kind of plug in for my rainbow palette. The last thing that I did, that I already worked on, and then I'll talk about what we're going to do, is I looked through my old work and I pulled some things that I had made before that kind of are in the direction that I think I'd like to go with my art. So I pulled things from like a couple of years ago, stuff I made this year, and like kind of labeled some stuff of like, this could be a rework, this is something that I could expand on. These are things that, you know, I just gave some stuff like a plain name if it was like pretty much already ready to maybe be reposted again or just used as a guide. Yeah, and I set that up in a folder for like December 25 through December 26 so that I don't have to like flick through several years worth of Procreate folders to find everything. And then the rest of what I want to do this week is like, I just want to like, there's a coloring sheet exercise, here I'll put it over here, that I did before, and I'd like to make another one of these with my updated palette and just sort of play around with how I'd like to shade things. Basically the last thing I want to do is just doodle. I just want to doodle a lot. That's what I'm hoping I'll be able to do, considering the fact that I've like done most of the admin things today already. It was like a lot of work and really annoying, but I did it. Oh yeah, I guess like, I think if I started, I probably won't finish it this week, but something I'd really like to do this month is I'd like to redo my icon. This is my current icon for my YouTube. I have a banner that also matches it. I also use this on Blue Sky too. This is sort of like my generic social media logo right now, and I want to make a new one closer to the art style that I think I would like to continue forward in. But yeah, so that's all we're gonna be doing this week. I'm sure the video will become much more interesting than this, but it's just, hopefully this intro is good. I'm a little bit tired and brain is like not all here because I've been very busy today and there's just a lot going on. Let me show you all the stuff that I did.
Also, here's Juni. She's been hanging out with me in the office all day. She did like hang out outside the office for a little while, but often if I'm in here and the door's open, she wants to be in here and all she wants to do is sleep.
Okay, I think this is as close to straight on as I can get it. I don't know why I never thought about filming these clips on my tripod, because then I could avoid having to like do stabilization and then having it do weird things when I zoom in and out. I'm just gonna go from this to brushes to palette and then the folder with all the stuff in it because this is in that folder. I think it is. It should be. I hope it is. I hope it's in the right folder. But basically what I did is I went through and I have a couple of sets of brushes. So these are like my old reliable brushes that are from the original, like the OG Procreate brushes that I really like. I use them all the time. And then I have favorites that I found in the newer brushes from the most recent update. Then I have 2 packs that I bought. And I don't use these as often, but I like having them available because I like them more than like the other brushes in Procreate. And this is just in my brush palette folder that I just made today. And then I like to have, I know some people like to do like the disc for color palettes, but I really like just having the palettes because I don't tend to edit these colors very much when I use them. So this is like my updated palette. This is the palette I was using in 2023. And I keep this around because sometimes I do pull something that isn't in here from here. And then I have the Flourish palette left, but I deleted all the other ones because I use such bright colors that I really don't have a need for tons of palettes, especially when I have stuff like this. But these 2 are basically my palette for this year, or like I'm hoping it'll be my palette for the whole year and I won't need to make any edits. I don't know if you guys have tried like deleting and moving around palettes. Like it's great that you can move things around, but it's so annoying. It takes forever to do. And also, I guess if you want to make it a rainbow, I didn't have to make it a rainbow, but I wanted to. So that also took a lot of work as I was adding colors in. And then basically what I did was like to confirm colors and things. But mostly just like to see the textures and brushes. Like I like to have a sheet like this where I can see, you know, the brush texture, the pack that it's in, and then I can like very easily just sort of decide like, okay, this is what I want. That's what I want. In case I'm stuck and I'm like, I need a texture and I don't know what I need, it's nice to just be able to kind of glance through a sheet and be like, oh, that one, I want that one. And it, you know, sometimes it's hard from the brushstroke to really, like, from this to really tell what it's gonna look like. And then this is the folder that I made for, like, this December through next December. So I grabbed, if you watched the last video, I grabbed some of the pieces that I was, like, I said I was absolutely obsessed with. So we have, like, the pasta piece, we've got the dumplings, we have the whale, and then a couple of things that were either in like need a rework or like almost a masterpiece, but like just needed a couple of tweaks. And I put them in here too. Anything that I felt like, yeah, I think this is sort of what I want to grab to move forward. I was surprised I grabbed this one. This is like a texture background piece that I did a while back, I think I may have made this even before I started filming videos. I think it'd be fun to do a couple of these in different colors. I don't think you could use this as like a transition in a YouTube video, but it is just a nice, fun color study idea.
right? Like, it's so cute. And I think it would look really good as like a background on like a computer or like a phone or something. I don't know. It's cute. I want to make more of them. So like some of these need a lot of work. Some of these don't really need work. Some of them are inspo and some of them just need like a couple of touch-ups. This is the thing that I'm hoping to do again this week, which is just like a color study. This one I think I made like 2 or 3 years ago when I first started using, I think it's actually this, nope. I think it's actually in this 2023 palette. So I guess maybe like 2 years ago. And so I'd like to do a new one with these colors and just sort of exploring them more because like this is a recent piece. Like the colors are just a lot more vibrant. And so I think going back and sort of rehashing out how I want to shade colors and just doing a little practice of that. Plus, like, it just looks pretty, and I think it's something that's, like, easy for me to post on social media when I need, like, a filler bit. Yeah, it's great. I'm gonna just talk to you from over here. But I'm basically done for today. Mondays are sort of weird because I'm so busy in the morning with her, and then I have so many admin things to do before I get really started for the work week. I have today for filming, but I lose a lot of it to doing a lot of boring stuff on my computer. The good thing is that I was able to do a lot of the admin stuff on my iPad that needed to get done for me to feel like I could really move forward. So tomorrow I'm planning to just make art most of the day because I don't have any admin stuff to do, so we're good. And then also on Thursday. And then of course Wednesday and Friday will be for editing like it normally is. Hi, Juni. What's up? She's always sort of disoriented when she wakes up. But yeah, it's around the time in the evening where I need to be done, so I'm going to be done for today, and I'm going to take her for a walk, and then we're going to hang out, and she'll have dinner. I'm going to figure out what we're going to have for dinner, and then I'll come back tomorrow and make some stuff. Yep.
Hi. My whole plan was like to start way earlier in the day, but I couldn't do that because I didn't sleep all last night. And why didn't I sleep all last night? Because of Juni. Juni started like coughing a little bit last night. And then she got really irritated because she was coughing. So then she came to the bedroom and she barked at us. So that happened. Coughed like 2 more times in the middle of the night. I think the last one was at like 1 a.m. before she like really went to bed. And then this morning it's raining. And it's been raining all day. It'll be raining until like 2 o'clock. So I was like, well, okay, we can't wait that long for you to go to the bathroom. Took her outside. She went number 1 outside, which was pretty good. She seemed like she wanted to keep going to do a 2. So I was like, okay, we'll keep going. She has her raincoat. I have my raincoat on. I have a huge umbrella. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna go and hopefully you do a 2 and then we're gonna go home. She didn't go. And then I was like, okay, let's go home. So we started walking her home. She saw someone that she thought was my partner. So she got all excited and then she didn't want to go home and she didn't want to go to the bathroom and she didn't want to keep walking. So we like get down to where she normally goes to the bathroom and she just sits her butt in the mud. And I'm like, oh my God, please, for the love of God, just go to the bathroom or let's go. And she like planted and she didn't want to go. So I had to carry her. Like I first had to carry her away from the dude. And she didn't like that. Then I had to carry her again because she was sitting in the mud and she didn't want to move. And she hated that too. I hated that. She hated it. It was awful. She went up to this other apartment building that has like a big grass area and she's walking around in there and then she sits again. And I'm like, please, can we just go home? I'm trying to get her home. She keeps stopping and she's shivering a little bit because it's cold. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I know, like, let's just go. If we go now, it'll be fine. I had to carry her like halfway there and then she sat again and she didn't want to go and she's all upset at me. So then I had to like entice her with treats and things and I finally got her to go. We come home and then I'm like, well, now you're like half covered in mud. So in the bath you go. She hated that and I hated that. And I had to wipe the floor and then my pants were covered in mud, I realized. So it's just, you know, it's just an eyebrow makeup day and nothing else. It's one of those days. So that's why it took me so long to get started. Yeah, the rain is supposed to stop at 2 and I'm hoping that like by then, I'm gonna try to do at least something and then take her to go to the bathroom. And then my plan is just to like walk her a lot, maybe later in the day, hopefully, I don't know. We're just gonna figure it out. Oh man, I'm really tired. I'm really tired and I have to figure out a way to tire her out. I can tell that she's feeling a little icky. I turned the humidifier on and I think that's helping because I think she's feeling a little bit better, but I'm gonna work on some stuff and then have lunch and we're gonna figure out what is getting done today. I will have more energy on Thursday, I promise. Hopefully. We'll see. I feel like you can really tell how tired I am based on what I wear and how much makeup I put on. I feel like that's just like the running joke on this channel now. It's like, if I'm wearing a lot of makeup, then I'm feeling pretty good and I like slept well and I'm feeling rested and excited. And then if I've only done my eyebrows like today, then I'm just really, really tired. So it's Wednesday. I don't normally film on Wednesday, but I'm trying something a little different because I wanted to have a little more footage, especially because like yesterday and Monday, I didn't get like a ton, I don't think. I mean, it's good to have extra footage, right? So, but I also wanted to show you because I didn't get a chance to yesterday. So I took the like color study project that I did a couple years ago, and I wanted to do it again because I realized like some of the reason why the art from a couple years ago was really successful, I think is because I had a guide to work off of. Like I would sort of deviate from it when I needed to for the piece, but just like having a rough guide of like, hey, here's how I kind of want the colors to blend sort of, or here's my general thought, really helped kind of bring it all together. So here's like my original file. And like this one's pretty nice. I don't even think that this one is like not successful. It just is sort of out of date from how I'm coloring now. And you'll see like the versions that I made, spoiler, there's two, are much more like vibrant and bright. So this was my first pass. And then, so my problem became like these parts on the right, well, your right, you can just see that like they get more complicated and they're not as cohesive as I want them to be. Like they follow like a similar through line, but they're all very different. And so I realized like I wanted to try again. So I didn't film the second one because I was charging my phone and I like, just the weather was so bad yesterday and everything that everything got all messed up in terms of how I did my day. So I took a second pass at it, and also I added in, I have a brush that I use that's called Honey Eater. It's in the original Procreate brushes, and I really like that one a lot for like adding extra textures. And I figured I would use that to sort of help bring all the shading together because I realized I was using that brush a lot a couple years ago and I just forgot about it. And I use it a lot now, but I use it in sort of a different way than I used to before, which is just like, I almost use it as like a blending tool. And I can add extra tones to sort of make everything look more cohesive. So my second pass, I tried to keep the color simple and follow like a very similar methodology for every single color study. And so you can see here that I used like the same amount of colors most of the time for all of them. And then it looks much more cohesive in terms of like the entire study together. So I think this one turned out really well. I really like doing stuff like this because like it's helpful for me. I feel like it's fun for people to look at online. Yeah, and I get to like play with my brushes, play with the colors, make sure that the palette that I created actually works, and then also just like have a rough guide of colors to go off of. Anyway, basically what happened is like, I feel like we got lulled into a sense of security when we first picked her up from boarding on Saturday because she was like totally fine. She's like all chill. We're like, wow, she's like doing amazing. She's bouncing back so fast. And then yesterday and the day before, we realized like, oh, actually she's like kind of grumpy. But then she gets upset because she's not getting attention. So then at night when we go to bed, she's like coming in and she used to like full on bark at us, trying to get us out of bed. Now she just sort of like kind of grumbles at us and is sort of complaining. She can sleep in our bedroom, but she doesn't want to do it all the time. So she doesn't. But last night I learned that I just tried it because I was like, I don't want to get up. Like often when she comes into the bedroom, she's like making noise at us because I'm such a light sleeper, it really hikes my anxiety. So I was looking for any method where it's like, I don't have to move, I don't have to get up, I can just try to fall back asleep immediately. And so I just tried like a firm no, and it worked. She stops. She went into the living room and then she would like try to settle and she'd have a hard time settling, so she'd come back because she's upset. I think she did it like 4 times last night, 4 or 5. It was much more manageable than it was in the beginning when we first adopted her, but still it's like just the fact that she comes in, grumbles, I have to correct her, she goes out, and then like half an hour later she comes back in, grumbles, and then I correct her again, and then she goes out, and then she does that a couple more times. And then once she's down and she goes to sleep, she's fine. I think she's just like a little grumpy and upset that we left her. So I think probably like the rest of this week, she's probably gonna be a little sassy, but it's fine. I'm just like, I'm tired. Hello, it is Thursday. Yesterday, I showed you what I worked on Tuesday, and then I'm gonna work on more art today. Am I tired? Yes. Did I sleep better last night? Yes. rather than the like 5 times she woke us up on Tuesday or woke me up on Tuesday morning. Last night, she only came in at 5:45 in the morning. So she did wake me up early and I lost probably like a good hour and a half of sleep, but I honestly will take her waking me up in the morning early rather than her keeping me awake for several hours at night because she keeps coming back and forth. Am I feeling better? Emotionally, I am feeling a lot better because I actually slept some, but I am drinking a second cup of coffee and I will probably go get like a third cup of coffee later. I'm definitely tired and she's like a little bit whiny. Normally she's used to like all, like the 3 of us, me, her, and my partner all kind of running out the door together and at least getting to like see him off, but he had to run this morning. She, I think, is feeling a little sensitive after that. She often comes home and then she's like looking for him, and it seems like her grumpiness is getting better, but she's not 100% there yet, so we'll just keep going. Yeah, so my plan for today, I didn't get as much editing done yesterday as I wanted to, which is fine. The thing that sucks is like when it starts to get cold here, like me and my partner, and I don't know about Juni, but I imagine that we all just feel like mildly sick. But also with yesterday, like I was so tired from her waking me up so much the night before that I just like, I could not focus. I couldn't pay attention to anything. So today I'm feeling a lot better. I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna watch some videos and hang out and I think I'm gonna work on the icon design. I'm just gonna like kind of doodle and sketch out some stuff. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Hey guys, so this is what I have so far. I think it turned out pretty good. So this is the reference that I was working off of, and I knew that this wasn't going to be like the final design or anything. It's a little bit more like squishy than I think I wanted it to be. Basically what I did was I tried to make like a whole bunch of icons that were similar, like had a similar hairstyle to what I typically have in the video, which is either I have a half up, half down, claw clips, or my high buns. And then I tried to do like my dangly earrings too and just did a placeholder. I didn't put it in this one because I realized I didn't really like this one that much. But yeah, so this was the first one. And I ended up not liking the hair, but I tried to do like a very similar face. And ended up liking this one a lot better. I just think it's more dynamic with the hair and just like being slightly off center with the face. And then I did a second pass with like more expressions and then even more downy here. And for the most part, I really like this one and this one. And I think I might actually make like a couple of versions of icons and maybe I can just sort of rotate through them through the year. But definitely like these two are the best. I kind of like this one, but I'm not in love with it. So I think these are like my top contenders.
Hello, who's feeling icky? Me. Who's had a couple of bad days since the last time I filmed? Us! And guess who's starting Prozac? Juni! So I actually didn't have an outro filmed for this video. I'm gonna show you what I got done the day that I was working on the icon, because I did work on it some more after. But we had a couple of bad moments, and then today is Tuesday, so it's literally the day before this video is going up that I'm like filming this and I'm gonna add it to the video. First of all, the weather is absolutely disgusting here right now. It's so cold, and when it gets cold, I'm pretty disgusting right now. I'm like super stuffed up, very phlegmy, yeah, it's crazy. And then we had a couple of bad days because Juni was having a really hard time. So we knew that when we went for Thanksgiving that things like she'd probably be grumpy when we got back, and we were expecting that. And then when she started to get moody, that was fine. Like we were okay. We were like, yeah, she'll be, she'll just be a little. So we kept waiting for her to sort of go back to how she had been behaving before, and that wasn't happening. Basically what was happening was like her anxious behavior was like escalating, and especially at nighttime, like we went from like grumbling a little bit at night to like pacing to like freaking out. So today is the first day since we picked Juni up that I have actually slept. That's how bad it was. Like I haven't gotten a good night's sleep since we picked up Juni after Thanksgiving. The day that I was filming doing the icons, I went to take out the recycling. I was gone for 3 minutes and she freaked out. Like she freaked out in the way that she used to freak out like way in the beginning when we first got her. So I was like, okay, something is wrong. This is full on, we have backslid like all the way. So we met with the trainer. She's the second trainer that we've talked to, and the first thing that she brought up with us was that she thinks that Juni would benefit from some anti-anxiety medication. So went to the vet, and so now Juni is starting Prozac, which is great. We think she has very good odds of having good outcomes. So we're gonna be on that journey. I like debated whether to talk about it here or not, but like my life is so much part of this vlog that I was like, I think it's okay. And also like this is the kind of thing like when we were debating getting a rescue dog, like I wish that there had been someone talking like this about their rescue dogs and like what it's been like. Even at the vet, like the vet was like, she doesn't have a lot of confidence. Like I can just tell looking at her that she is, she's not the most like confident dog. She's very nervous. She's very friendly. She loves people, but it's like when she's not interacting with people, you can tell that like her baseline is like her anxiety is at like, I feel like a constant 5 and then escalates. And especially like the nighttime was like one night we were going to bed and it was like just us getting ready for bed, it was like winding her up. So she was like getting more and more upset and like pacing from our bedroom to the front door and like our front door gate is like weighted down 30 pounds on each side. She's 35 pounds and she was trying to like body her way through the gate at night to get us out of bed. I was like, I'm done. We've tried a lot of things, like let's try this because I think she's really unhappy. Like she needs to be able to sleep at night and be comfortable. And then we had a couple days where like if it was too quiet in the house, you'd see her going like every time there was a noise. And I was like, yeah, okay, enough. Let's try to get things like figured out so that she can be more comfortable. So that's what we're doing. We went to the vet and I talked to her about everything, and so she put us on like a low dose of Prozac, so we're gonna try getting her set up on that, and then she also gave me like a little bit of gabapentin so we could try and get her to sleep. Tried it yesterday and it was amazing. She was still a little anxious, but like the pacing and everything, it was just enough that she wasn't able to like wind herself up. It was just like a little bit of something, and then she went to bed, and it was like, oh, it was so good. We're gonna skip the GABA on Friday and see if the Prozac might be starting to work, because Saturday we're not working, so we should be able to like at least take a nap or get a little more sleep if it's not, working, but we sort of need to check in with her and make, just to see. She also thinks that like if we can get her a couple nights where she's like sleeping really calmly, we might get to Friday and she's feeling really good and a little bit less anxious at night. Because of everything that's been going on, I've been like really miserable. Especially like when I realized that she like full on backslid about being home alone, I had a meltdown. Full on like tears, delivery takeout, like I just stuffed my face and I played Guild Wars. That's what I did. I'm doing much better now. I mean, I'm like more icky than before, right? Because it's still cold. But emotionally, I think I'm doing a little bit better. I'm like pretty optimistic that even though this might take a while, like hopefully we can dial it in to where she just overall has a better quality of life, and so we all have a better quality of life. That's enough of that. I wanted to show you guys what I got done on the icon, just because I don't want to leave you hanging with that last clip and then, we're like, oh, we're done. So this is what I'm working on right now. It's really cute. I like it a lot. I normally have bangs, but I haven't been able to go get a haircut in like 3 months, so. I think like keeping this simple, and I'm gonna try to keep the colors sort of minimal so that it reads well. That's my goal with the icon. I think it's great. I think especially like, I have this one, and then I decided to do, hold on, I put it down too soon. I'm gonna work on this one too, and then when I'm done, I'm gonna decide sort of which one I like the best. I might like flip between the two, I don't really know. Things sort of got thrown off because of all the stuff with Juni this week, which just, life happens. So hopefully the medication side effects are not really intense for Juni. Like, I'm expecting her to be sleepy, I'm expecting her to be a little less food motivated, but I'm hoping that that's sort of maybe the extent of it. The medication that we gave her last night to help her sleep works so well that I'm like, it's pretty clear to me at this point that like it's her anxiety. Like, we need to get on top of her anxiety because it's really getting in the way. Because this morning, I feel like she'd slept so well, and then she was super excited this morning, and I could tell that she was feeling a lot better. So sort of got derailed at the end of what I wanted to do for the week, but it just happens. And I actually got a lot of good stuff done, so I'm not feeling too bad about it. If anything, I'm like trying to give myself some grace of like, sometimes stuff gets in the way, and that's okay. But I hope you're enjoying the holiday season. If you like this video and you would like to see more, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I post every 2 weeks on Wednesday at 12 o'clock Eastern. You can find me here. You can find me on my Blue Sky at Autumn-Jacqueline. I guess I'm filming next week, so Juni will kind of maybe possibly be in the swing of the side effects of her medication, so we're gonna figure out how that's going. But I will keep you guys updated, and hopefully we will all sleep. But I'm excited to keep working on these icons, and I'm hoping to, like I said earlier, get these done before the new year, at the very least. I will see you guys in 2 weeks, so until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy holidays. Bye guys!